Hello everybody, it's Aaron. Welcome to another episode of Feed the Beast. I just realized that I hadn't turned this around. So I don't know how my tree farm has been getting power. I mean it's been working. I have saplings coming down. But maybe those don't pay attention. Oh, what a way to start the episode. Just show everybody how much of a space cadet I am today. Okay, so here's what's happening. We're almost at operating temperature. I think it's 1,000. We're not far. I buried the pipes. You can run your pipes into the bottom of the firebox. It works just fine. So you could potentially put your big storage tank down below and pump up if you want. I left the water sticking out because I like to see it just for peace of mind. And I did also learn, I have two of these right now. I put them on the same pipe. They both ran at 8 mJ. So since these pipes carry more steam than golden waterproof pipe, maybe that's the difference. I'm making a bunch more steel. I ran out of coke, so I had to use charcoal, which I don't like to do because you don't get as much. But I have a fair amount right now, so I'm going to make as many industrial steam engines as I can with the steel that we have. And I've just been basically, kind of tidying up. I'm working on the reed farm, which is right in here. And it's just basically 2 levels. And it looks like some are already ready to harvest. So that's good because I just put them there like, I don't know, 10 minutes ago. I actually had to make more reeds. And how you do that, if you have your minium stone, you can turn your minium stone and paper into reeds. Well, if you don't have paper, you can put logs into the pulverizer to make wood chips. So there's an alternate recipe for that. I didn't know that, and I figured, hey, I'll fire up the minium stone, see what happens. And that's what I got. So I had to make some more reeds. So I want to plant these, and I want to see like how many we get. So here's what I want to do today. I'm going to do the rest of this reed farm off camera. I'm going to eat dinner. I want to try out one of the new forestry multi-block farms, the tree farm, just for the hell of it, just to see how it works and what it does. So I'm going to plant the reeds. I'm going to hook up the reed harvester, and then I'll get everything together that we're going to need for that multi-block farm, and then we'll come back and check it out. I just want to make sure we have enough stuff before we totally switch over to biofuel. This bucket, or this tank, it's now empty, which is good. That's the last of the oil, so I am going to go find more, but I figure we have almost as much fuel as biofuel, so I don't want to use up all the fuel necessarily. So let me get that stuff together, and then we will do this thing. One more thing. There's a thing called the Omni Wrench. Prototype Omni Wrench. Here's the recipe. Cyan wool. You make cyan with blue or indigo dye and cactus green. And I had to look it up because I didn't know. So I wanted to hit that and see. It's supposed to work on, I think, everything. It definitely works on that. I think it'll work on Buildcraft pipes, but that's nothing our Crescent Hammer didn't do either. It might work on Buildcraft machines. It did. I'm glad everything I'm glad everything just popped right out of there. I need my overclockers. It's very important. And that thing is probably just going to keep spitting things out until I put my recycler back. So let that be a lesson to you. Don't accidentally click something with your Omni Wrench that you don't want to pop off. Okay, so let me get this stuff together, and then I'll come back and we will do the forestry multi-block farm. I need to put a double door. I can never walk through that door. Then we'll do the multi-block farm, and it occurred to me in the last episode, I said I wanted to take this other farm and turn it into I think I said logger. I meant forester. I'm thinking if I turn that into a forester and give it some catalyst, I can maybe put it like right in between the two farms, and it'll make these trees grow faster and this wheat grow faster. I think I'll just have to work on, auto feeding it. Power is not going to be an issue. So I'm going to get all that stuff together, and I will see you guys in just a minute. Welcome back, guys. Everything is crashing today. I don't know what the deal is. I think I need to reload my damn operating system. Anyway, neither here nor there. I went ahead and looked up all the stuff on the farm blocks or the multi-block things. You need 10 electron tubes, copper, and some kind of wooden slab. And I don't know how many of these I need. What's 4x4x4 or 3x3x3? At least 27 of them for sure. Alright, there are a couple other things. You need a bunch of these, and then you have to make, and close the window, you have to make a gearbox, which is one of the farm blocks and 3 10 gears. And then you have to make something with a hatch. That is the farm hatch. Well, that makes sense. And I would like to have 2 of those. And you can make these farm blocks with sandstone or brick or chiseled stone or whatever. And let's see, the other one we need is, I think it's the valve. Yep, farm valve. So these take fertilizer, humus, and saplings, of course, and the possible layouts. Hold on, I'm scrolling up. 3x3x4, 3x4x4, 4x4x4, 3x5x4, where the last one is the height, and then 5x5x4. So we may pull off the 3x5x4. I wanted to do the 4x4x4, but since I didn't make enough of the gears or whatever, no big deal. Not really that worried about it. So before we do that, I want to look at the reed farm, and I want to hook it up to power and watch it go. Also, I made an observation about this stuff. It seems to use 1 bucket of fuel about every 5 minutes or so. So this is 765 buckets, sorry. So that's quite a few hours. I'm not going to do the math. I still have squids in the reed farm. I think what I'm going to do is, when I refinish all this, I'm going to actually just glass that in so we can see it. But let me hit this thing. And we'll just turn on one engine, because I don't think we need... I think I set aside some saplings already. I did. Look, it's working. And I don't know how fast I don't know how fast the reeds grow. This is a 21 by 21 spot, so it's the maximum area that one reed harvester will actually harvest. So I figured I would give 2 of those industrial steam engines for this thing, and then have it split the power with the excuse me, with the combine and the 2 farms upstairs. So they're coming in. And this, it's only getting, well, not 6 MJ. It's sharing the power. The thing moves noticeably faster with both engines on instead of just one engine. But we're getting quite a few reads. It's not even over here yet. I don't know what order it does this in, but this is a lot of reads. So that's good. Oh, it's doing the I see. It's doing the bottom first. It's really hard to see in there because of the water, but you can kind of see. I just ran the conduit. I ran it straight down and then underneath. And then I ran the transport pipe up above in a little... I just cut out a little channel up here. So I feel like that music is loud. It's only on 2. Let's turn it down a little. So I'm going to let that go. Reeds give 0.2 buckets, so every 5 reeds is 1 bucket of fuel. And we've got at least 180 in there. And they're still coming through. Once it gets caught up, I mean, it won't be like this, but it's nice to know what you get from, you know, one haul on the whole farm. So let's sleep and see. I have the accumulator. Let me grab a few liquiducts. I have conduits. I've got humus. Humus upstairs. I got fertilizer over here I set aside too, so let's get some of that and those. And I'm going to put regular stairs there. I just haven't done it yet because I have the boots of the traveler, so I don't really have to worry about it. Okay, so I'm going to do a temporary setup of this thing just out here in the field above ground. And I have my gravity gun on me today. For some reason I put it in that chest a long time ago. Alright, so this thing, I wonder if I can pull off 4x4x4. I don't think I have enough for that. Because that's 16 on the bottom. I may not even have enough to do what I want to do. 27 is 3 layers, right? Yeah, I might have to go make a couple more of these. Yep. So these aren't cheap. The 10 electron tubes aren't really that bad. I have plenty of tin anyway. I think what I ran out of over here was, well, 10 electron tubes and copper. Let's see how many of these I have downstairs. I might have some. I didn't even check this thing. I have 5 of them. That should actually... That'll be 6. Yeah, I think that'll cover it. And what was it? Slabs on the side, and then copper up here. Right. Alright, that ought to do it. I only need 6 more because I'm going to add the valve and all that stuff too. And I'm actually going to add them on the bottom. So, let me see. I have... That one's the power one, I think. Put the power right here. This one is the water. The water right there. And then I made 2 hatches. One for input and one for output. then look at that. And it made it already. So now we have our thing. So that's pretty cool. Let me see. The water goes on this side. Of course, I only have one water bucket, but that's alright. We'll just hook up the accumulator first and let it do its thing. Nope. Thought I might have had a water bucket in there. I think the water's actually not too far away. I don't have an endless pool. I think I have one downstairs where I was working on all that stuff, but I don't have really an endless pool up here. And then this is the power side. I wonder if I can just plug that in. We'll see if it works. If not, I'll pop some conduit. Of course, I think this goes over here and stuff goes over here. I know I forgot the humus. It's amazing how much faster that thing works. So water goes in automatically. Fertilizer. Let's get some of that humus and see what happens. You have to lay out your bricks in just start out with 3. You have to lay out your bricks, your sandstone bricks or whatever bricks you're using. You actually have to put them, you can put them on any layer except you cannot put it on top. So this part is going to show no matter what. I wanted to put the thing underground and have it put everything on top of it so the thing was totally hidden, but I don't think that's gonna work. So you put your stuff here, and I guess it puts your humus on top of it, and it obviously does not do the middle, unfortunately. But you could cover that with dirt, put some flowers there, maybe an apiary. You could let your bees chill. If you have any bees. And it does it in a diamond pattern, which I'm not thrilled about, but you know, whatever. Let me go one more on this side. Feel like it's uneven on this one now. It is. Well, too bad. I'm out of bricks. So there it goes. It's doing something. Not using any power at the moment. You can hook up engines directly to this thing, I believe. So like you can make more than one energy thing and hook up like 5 engines to it or something. Okay, everything's normal. It has power, right? I'm assuming since it put everything where it needs to go. Maybe I'll put a couple of conduits there. So I was under the impression that this was supposed to fertilize kind of like the forester does with the catalyst or whatever. But excuse me. Maybe it's, I mean, it should use whatever saplings it has, right? I'm not going to give it any more than that. Oh, there we go. It chops that thing down really quickly, huh? So I thought you could put a chest next to it. It said if you put a pipe below the hatch, that it would come out of it, and it does. So that's why I made two hatches, one for input, one for output, just to make it a little easier. Supposedly when you pipe items in, it's smart enough to put them where it needs to go. And I didn't get any saplings yet, so we'll see what happens with that. If I can stay up here. So I just wanted to see what all the fuss was about with this thing. It looks like it kept the saplings and automatically replanted them, which is good because once it's full, it should then give me the saplings. So you only end up getting excess. Take some of those out just so that thing doesn't fill up. Make sure that's still working. So I think if you wanted to, you could kind of take your blocks away so that, you know, it leaves a space here or there. It should not replant humus on that space since there's no it does it anyway, so I don't know, that's weird. I'm not sure what's happening with that. So I wonder if it'll replant those even if they're in the wrong spot. Let's see. Yeah, it picks them all up, obviously. Wonder if I got any of those. See, it puts them over there. If we put them over here, no. And I think it actually changes the ID or something of these things for whatever reason. And you can put torches on this thing. So I'm going to put this thing, probably, I'll probably tear down this one so that this thing is, the bottom of it is underground, and I'll run it for a while and see what we get out of it. Malkuth said that you just get a ton of saplings and apples, and if that's the case, you know, you can run your apples through the squeezer and use that instead of water in the fermenter, and you actually get more biomass out of it. So have I been going? I'm probably at about my limit. So I think I'm going to leave it with this. I'm going to relocate it as soon as I'm done, since I'm not really using that other tree farm right now. We might as well try out the new one. It's Friday, and I don't have to go to work tomorrow, so I'm going to do some work around here. I want to make all this stuff a little prettier. I've got a ton of steel, so I'm going to make as many industrial steam engines as I can. And I'm kind of torn on whether or not to run the conduit everywhere and keep the engines down here, or run steam, you know, run the steam to other things. I guess, you know, I could just line up the engines and then hook them all up to this one conduit and then branch it off up there as necessary, and maybe do another one for this side so that everything has power. I don't know. I'm going to have to think about that. I'll probably have to make more conduit and liquiducts and stuff, but I'll work that out, and I will see how much more biomass that we can produce I only have it turned off right now because I was moving the stills, and I have to run this pipe all the way over here so that we can get it down there. So it looks like the thing is not keeping up with the huge amount of reeds that we put through it. It will catch up, don't worry. But yeah, so I'm gonna keep working on that. We're still at 1,000, and we should remain at 1,000 forever. About an hour and a half ago, this thing was at 784,843. So that's not bad. It actually doesn't use as much as I thought it would. So that's going to do it for that's going to do it for this episode. If you guys have any questions or comments or suggestions, please let me know. My plan for this all is I wanted to just make like a biomass production facility and use some of this power to make a bee facility over here so I could make all the new extra bee machines, which I know absolutely nothing about, except they take a ton of power. So we're going to need it. So thank you very much for watching. I'll see you guys next time.